Let's go, baby. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Definitely want to start the day with some gratitude, thanking the Lord for the blessings that we receive and thanking Him for another beautiful day. So let's go, people. It's work, 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 work Wednesday. Let's turn it up. It is the first work Wednesday of the new year. Here we go. Work Wednesday is all about reflection and looking at Monday and Tuesday and seeing what is it that I'm doing in alignment with what it is that I am trying to accomplish. I was just listening to some Kobe Bryant stuff, man. And if anybody hasn't heard Kobe Bryant's workout schedule, like the man would wake up at 3, and then start working out at 4. And then he would literally every 2 hours or so, he would be training and then resting and then training and then resting. And he said that if you do that for years on end, then no matter what your competitor's doing for training sessions during the summer, during the off season, things like that, they will never catch up. So think about that for a minute. What are you doing towards your goals, your career, right? That's going to take you leaps and bounds, ahead of the competitor. I was thinking about the last year and a half or so, and I remember having a conversation with my wife, and my biggest concern in my family, or at least it was making sure that my wife is set. God forbid anything happened to me, that my wife was set, that she wasn't relying only on our 2 incomes. Like the key is she needed to make sure that she had her ducks in a row and that no matter what, she could make it on her own, right? She didn't need us to be, collaborating, on income coming into the family. And so, the longer she waited to go back to school, to finish her master's, to really align herself with the resources she needed so that she could excel, and blow both of our 2 incomes away, then, it needed to change, right? And so we had that conversation, and finally she pulled the trigger and said, let's go, you know what I mean? And she went after it. And I was just thinking last night, I was saying, holy smokes, like, Leslie, do you realize what you have accomplished, right? Like you waited 20 years or so to go back to school, and it was all out of fear, you know what I mean? And overwhelm and stress and thinking that you didn't have enough time. And then we just made a decision together that we were going to work hard and make things happen and go back to school. And she did it, right? She would work, a 9-hour day and then come home and work 6 hours in the evening, okay? And go to bed sometimes 2, 3 in the morning, and then do it all over again for an accelerated, oh my gosh, I don't even know, 6 months or so for her master's program, and it seemed impossible before we made the decision to do it. But now looking back, it's like, holy smoke, she did it, right? And she set herself up. And she's a very ambitious woman, and I love her because, we're both cut from that same cloth. Like we want to be, we want to be where we want to be, right? There's no settling with us. And so, this is a reminder that, it's possible. And even if you look at your life and you're saying, man, I wish I could have, should have, would have. No, forget that stuff. Like, get after it right now. Like, put those works in order, because faith without works don't work. And the Lord will bless us all. But our responsibility is that we got to work towards it, right? If we just sitting there with our hands out, the Lord's going to say, okay, make sure you do what you got to do so that I can give you what you need, because we all must be prepared and must be ready for that blessing. It's not just about receiving, it's about being the person that can be responsible with the blessing that is given. And that's a powerful statement. All right, so let's go, people. Work Wednesday. Let's align ourselves with our goals, our dreams, our visions, and let's start putting things in action so that you guys can start to see the fruits of your labor. All right, and if you're already doing that, let's go. Encourage somebody else to do that, because that's what it's about. Leaving breadcrumbs for others to eat and believe and achieve. I love y'all. Work Wednesday. Let's get after it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.